I used to duo queue for Diamond 2v2s way back in like 2017. Like, he's been grinding this game forever. Back when he even had a PhD in Brawlhalla, but looks like he dropped the doctor from his name. He's gonna go for the Tezca pick, like you said. Up in damage, a little bit more, less dexterity. So this is purely to just kind of brute force a lot of these plays against megD.
Dropping the doctor from his name more so implies that the doctor was stripped from him. What did Phazon do? What did he do wrong?
You know, I feel like with the battle boots and the gauntlets, he probably commits a lot of malpractices.
Battle boot malpractice for sure.
It's just not a good surgery.
Well, you shouldn't be using your feet to do surgery, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, oh, all right. Looks like we got something going on. Oh.
It's uncharacteristically slow. Both these players are giving a lot of respect to each other, jumping around, really looking for anti-positioning here. Phazon's going to try to make the lead with the signature. megD is trying to go for the parry. Doesn't quite connect either way, but megD is winning these initial engagements with a little bit more chip damage. But again, Phazon, you have to watch out for him. I believe it was 9 damage or maybe 8 that Phazon has right now. And so megD, any sort of punish here could be devastation against their HP and their stock count.
Well, here we go. We got Phazon with the battle boots here. megD trying to find a way back down. They do find a way to get that sword in hand. Oh, some battle boots being tossed at your head. Not the Nikes, please.
That's the malpractice.
It's the malpractice, 100%. As you can see right there, Phazon, yep, gonna be closing out that stock there, getting the first stock of the game and the set. Off to a great start, too.
Yeah, megD hasn't found a weapon just yet. That should be... Oh, never mind. Phazon completely going for the weapon starve. Was able to find a lot of opportunities early on. Now megD has the guitars, a simple swipe. Oh, but not once, but twice over. Does even up the game. At least just a tiny bit more. But here's the thing though, Skiff. We've barely seen any sword coming out from megD. It's been all guitars, up until now at least. Maybe he's listening to us. But Phazon been reliant on the battle boots a lot. A great juggle of weapons from megD, keeping Phazon into the air, and now the tide has turned. All that chip damage is going to megD's favor.
Well, there we go. Yep, these two players trading hits back and forth here. megD in a good position, but Phazon, keep in mind, did take that first stock here. And with battle boots, we've seen it a few times now. Sometimes you just need to get a hit or two, and things just start rolling your way. But megD get a couple hits themselves, trying to keep that pressure on Phazon.
Now, I do want to say that Phazon is playing on stage and is finding a lot of impact with that chip damage on the battle boots on stage. But megD is just kind of jumping everywhere. Neither one of these players want to play off stage. It's more so just a big punish game here, and that's why it's a little bit of a slower tempo than our previous set.
Okay, ooh.
Oh,
wow.
Almost.
Yeah, lots of small chip damage here between these two players. Nothing super crazy quite yet. Oh,
okay. I was just thinking in the back of my head, how many of these signatures have actually connected from either one of these players? And I think we just got our answer right there. At least one. And Phazon was going for a great punish, had almost mid-stage control, sending megD away to that final stock. But megD, we really haven't seen any signatures besides, like, say, you know, a recovery. And it does even up the game, Skiff, but this has been, like you said, mostly just a game of raw chip damage.
Yep, and it continues to be that so far. Okay, wait, Phazon going for something a little bit crazy. It just continues. Oh, never mind. megD now opening up the offensive here. Getting some great damage. Last stock situation here. Both of them in yellow.
Okay. A lot of jumps going around. Phazon's in a good spot. Going for that weapon starve, making sure that megD cannot pick up the sword. And megD is just jumping around. Keep in mind, this is game 1 of the set. This could all just be looking to see, like, okay, what is Phazon going to do? What are his responses? And this distance, is Phazon going to engage? And the answer for the most part has been yes. megD looming around, does pick up the sword eventually, just barely staying outside the maximum range of the battle boots and just going for punishes.
Oh. They are, man, they're dancing around here. These guys are certainly playing the neutral. That's one thing I think we could definitely agree on here, is these guys are certainly taking their time. The footsies are at work here. That's some tired feet. I'm tired just watching these guys.
You gotta go footloose. But oh no, Okay, recovery goes down. Phazon's being brought back into the air. These gauntlets still not finding a prime entry point. It's almost as if this stage is entirely in megD's control. And this neutral sig, if it does come out, would be a perfect opportunity, but megD's gonna play safe. Downlight doesn't connect. No weapon left for Phazon, but the side air reigns true. No weapons left. The weapon thrower doesn't connect either. He does get back on stage.
He's just barely missing that hit there that would have surely closed out the stock there from megD. Oh, wow. Okay, able to grab those battle boots. And this is actually dangerous now for megD because battle boots, their burst options are actually insane in this game, but we don't have to worry about that too much longer as megD finds a way to close it out.
Love the way megD playing, giving a lot of respect again to the Tezca pick, looking to see how far the range of the battle boots would be and how far Phazon's willing to go to play on the aggressive. And megD didn't really have to do a lot, mostly just kind of stood back, played for a lot of punishes because of the battle boots, a great anti-punishing weapon to go up against. And for the most part, you know, Phazon tried to play almost the reverse of what Boomy did. Very little off-stage play, and megD took full advantage by chipping away that damage and usually just ending stocks with full recoveries or even just a weapon throw off stage.
All right, well, I mean, game one was definitely a test of time for sure. Like, these guys certainly went the distance. They were taking their time, being careful, a lot of things they were doing. I wonder how game two is going to play out. Maybe they've got more of a feel. Maybe they could continue to play the heavy footsies that we've been seeing. I will definitely see as we figure out what stage we're going to right now.
If we go to a smaller stage, and it looks like the only options left are the smaller stages, then it should be a faster game. I think Phazon will find a lot more comfortability with the battle boots. We talked about how, you know, Brawlhalla, it's so small with the blast zones. Well, I guess it doesn't matter now. We're not going to Brawlhalla. We're going to Miami. But again, similar to Brawlhalla, though not as much, the blast zones are a little bit smaller on this stage. And so with Phazon, that could be a great opportunity to string together maybe some moderately off-stage plays, but I'm looking for a lot more signatures coming out with the battle boots just to end stocks early.
All right, well, let's see how this plays out right now. Both players got weapons in hand. We got the guitars versus the battle boots, which I feel like we've seen quite a few times now today.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. But almost every time the battle boots have won these fights, I feel like megD has been the exception thus far. But as I say that, Phazon playing moderately off stage, megD looking for those punishes, back to the sword, recoveries into the air, and Phazon's taking a wealth of damage, not even 30 seconds in.
Okay. Just dancing around here. Yet megD's taking their time. Okay, I do like the weapon toss, but they missed the grab or the catch back initially, and that I think is what didn't quite enable them to get the converse of the combo picked up. They did find the sword back in hand though, but just not when they wanted it.
No, and Phazon, actually both players are really making sure they don't want to play the ledge guard or anti-ledge guard game. Gauntlets are back out for Phazon's favor. megD running away, just looking for the prime entry to strike. Cider goes through. It's leaving Phazon on the ledge.
Okay. Ooh. I said, all right, I'll just stand here and wait for you to do something. And there we go. We got Phazon closing out that first stock for game two. Miami Dome certainly working out so far. But man, this is definitely a very slow gameplay style between these two competitors.
Yeah, and this is a lot slower than I thought it would be for a small stage like Miami too. megD again, setting the tempo, playing slow. Phazon's trying to ramp it up here, but megD keeps evading combat, brings out all the weapons, denying maybe the gauntlets. Is that where the fear is coming from, megD? But regardless though, battle boots are gone, at least temporarily. megD full control of the weapons on the stage. Phazon now should be grabbing the gauntlets. No, back to the battle boots. And again, megD is just choosing to wait for the punishes.
Oop. And man, they're certainly taking their time here, both players. Yep, tossing out some hitboxes here and there, trying to bait the other one into making a play. That's the thing that's scary about. I mean, I already mentioned the battle boots have a great burst options, but I mean, Katars also have amazing burst options. But the thing is, I feel like the Katars, everyone knows how to fight against Katars. Everyone knows how they work. The battle boots still being very new. It's still an adjustment period to you know, getting used to it.
Yeah, and I think gameplay like this we probably won't be seeing even in Springs. I think by then everyone will have a great adjustment period over pro players playing a lot of battle boots. But while it rains right now, Phazon, Boomy, Adimestic, a lot of these battle boots players, they're enjoying the time right now, and it gives us a really good litmus test about what we can expect to see you know, in the future, you know, years down the line with the battle boots in play. But so far, when it comes to these guitars and swords, megD has had full control of the Sage Skiff, and Phazon's really having a hard time finding that entry, especially with megD playing such an aerial game. The battle boots are just simply out of that range.
And there we go. Closing out that stock, maintaining the lead here too. Phazon now all of a sudden struggling a little bit. Got the first stock to get this game started, but megD answering back with 2 of their own. And Phazon's just starting to feel that pressure a little bit.
Yeah, megD again, just playing the evasive game right now. Off stage, Phazon not going for the ledge guard. There, okay, a great cancel from megD. Could have been enough for Phazon to bring it to an even stock line, but no. Frame perfect instead.
Oh. Okay. Ooh, geez. Okay, this is definitely getting very testy here. Both players are trying to go for some brave options, but they're also like, there's a lot of baits going on here too.
Yeah.
Like both players are trying to get the other one to react to something so they can get that huge punish that they've been looking for. megD has definitely been doing that the whole time and has honestly had more success. Oh, I feel like he could have really gone for something there, but kind of just getting a stray hit and allowing Phazon to get back to stage.
Ooh, great setup for coming up from Meg. Catching out the positioning of Phazon completely. Now look at Phazon's HP. Down to deep orange. If megD can keep playing this evasive game, looking for the offstage potential, Phazon, the most offstage we've seen of him thus far this series, has not been enough just yet. All it takes now, if megD can get that sword back, one recovery should bring us to another game.
Yeah, we'll definitely see how it plays out, but right now, man, Phazon certainly just keeps trying these like aggressive options, and okay, finally do get something right there, but the problem is, like, look at this. You're already in the red, the like pretty not deep red, but you're red. Like a stray hit or two should probably close this one out. And you got to deal with megD, who's honestly been like the king of footsies here. Let's be honest.
Yeah. A great dancer. Oh, a great stab in the back. Phazon's off stage. And you talked about those setups. One stray hit should be able to do it, and Phazon's well aware that recovery could have easily connected and taken down Phazon to the next game. Instead, Phazon playing as aggressive as they can possibly be, trying to send megD into the air, but it's not enough just yet.
That was definitely a great attempt there, too. Going for a strong read to try and close out the stock. Now these two, yep, again, typical game plan that we've seen so far. These two taking their time. But Phazon slowly starting to chip this damage back into their favor. A strong read will probably close this one out for him.
Yeah, Phazon completely undeterred. Maybe the pressure is getting to them. That recovery does not connect fully. And now Phazon can take full advantage. Send megD off stage. The setup is there. He just needs that one recovery, but the spot dodge is out, and megD has all the weapons they need.
Yeah, Phazon definitely going to be taking their time. They want that weapon, and yep, got baited right into it. megD said, listen, I know this is what you want. I'm going to make one small play to get you to commit to it, and I'll get the big punish I need to close out that game too. Well played from megD.
Wow, I mean, big takeaway there is that Phazon made that final stock really count. That lasted such a long time, and I feel like now there's a true game plan in the works that Phazon can really use going into this possibly final game of the set. But the issue is that, again, megD's playing very evasive, staying directly out of the range of the battle boots, literally at all times. And now that Phazon's mounting that pressure a lot more, especially that the stocks get closer, I think we could see the resurgence of Phazon here this set. But honestly, I think this first stock of the game is going to be the series-defining one. If Phazon goes down first, I think this is megD taking a 3-0.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah, I mean, we'll definitely see. It's just, I mean, we got Demon Island, so we don't have those platforms to dance around on, but we do have a larger, like, base platform with a little bit more space, so I think we're going to still see the same game plan we've been seeing the first two, but I feel like Phazon's got to find something to switch this up, because megD is just getting all the damage, all the strings they want.
Yeah, I really feel like Demon's not going to benefit Phazon here. I think the best bet was to go back to a smaller stage like Miami, and Phazon made a very close attempt in that last game on Miami, but at least now there are a bunch of startups here. megD dodges out of the way. Phazon's not going to be playing off stage and is just choosing to find something to get close to megD. But every time he makes a single swing, he misses, and megD's there for a gigantic punish. It's frustrating, I'm sure, but Phazon, completely undeterred, still goes in for those aggressive options, and megD's there for the punish yet again.
Oh. Eee. Okay, just continues to keep this pressure up, almost getting the stock right there, Keg.
And there's no battle boots yet, and we won't be seeing it for the first stock either. megD does take the first stock, and Phazon goes down. Still no weapon just yet. megD going for the big punish, weapon starves, and can't quite grab that last one. Phazon does have the battle boot skiff. But again, on a big stage like this, I don't know if the battle boots are going to find the impact that we think they're going to find.
I mean, you mentioned it earlier, though. The battle boots do very well here, but I think it's just the game plan against megD is that's where the problem lies, right? Like, it's hard to get that opening when megD is already playing at such a defensive level.
Yeah, and okay, Phazon's finding those openings there. megD's being a wealth of punish up against them, but if Phazon can just keep getting this aggressive control, catching megD's positioning off guard, that's really the only win condition he has. But there we go, a great start. megD should, no, yep, okay, good for the first stock to go down. But the issue is Skiff. Look at the damage now applied to Phazon. One signature, a simple recovery, should be removing Phazon down to their tournament stock.
Yeah, oh, that could have been it right there. That is 100% going to be it. Great gravity cancel into the recovery as well. Man, beautiful stuff. And now a clean stock ahead. Weapon starving Phazon. And listen, like, I'm not trying to count out Phazon because there's something there with the battle boots. Like, once they get some of these combos going, like, they are connecting. They're building up damage. They're getting some strong combos, but there's just something missing. And I just don't feel like Phazon's going to be able to get it in this game 3 just to figure out what the problem is. And I really want to see him find a way to get that, but just the way that megD's playing, I just don't know.
The issue to me, it's not the weapons for Phazon, it's the spacing. And yeah, I mean, with the battle boots and the gauntlets, you have to be really up close, but you do too with the katars and sword. So it's not necessarily the weapons themselves, it's Phazon's positioning in relation to megD. And because you have to be so up close, you have to play the anti-punish game. But when megD solely playing for your punishes and your missed moveset, you're starting everything off on a huge deficit. And now Phazon, one more recovery will send them out of this tournament.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely correct on all that too. But here we go. Oh. There it is. Yep, the final recovery to close that one out. And it is going to be megD with a strong 3-0 to actually close out not only the, was it top 32 of this bracket, but also going to be closing out the final set for us today, man. But man, great matches the whole way through. megD, an absolute defensive stalwart. Like, just look at the damage differential here. Jeez.
Whew, 590, almost that 600 mark. And that's 2 sets in a row, Skip, where we had seen Teska in the battle boots really, really underperform. And again, I don't think it has to do with the weapon itself.